People of Earth, since you did not return the space cache, your species and your planet is hereby forever blocked off and barred from the rest of the universe.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now.
But y'all want people to take it easy. No! No! This bitch has worked hard for a fucking legacy. I'm done with this video. I don't care about this video anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to watch the rest. I don't care. I don't care.
Katy Perry and Blue Origin spaceflight that they took on April 14th still getting mocked to this day. We all know that. However, one major development now involves both South Park Studios and Paramount and what they are doing towards those like Katy Perry, Gayle King, and the entire spaceflight backlash topic. Already, of course, both South Park creators and Trey Parker and Matt Stone are tweaking one of their episodes for season 27, set to debut by this July, to throw in an entire storyline that will not only mock and poke fun at both Katy Perry and Blue Origin, but that the episode that's in the works right now that will feature Katy Perry going up to space will also work in conjunction with the parody version of P. Diddy in space.
I love everything about it. I love the fact that they all decided to be part of Jeff Bezos' phallic fantasy, to get in his P-shaped rocket. Their little spaceship is shaped exactly like a breast with a big nipple at the top, and blast out into, like, quote, space, which really is just the same distance into the sky that we all go. I mean, honestly, they did not go up much further than everybody goes when they fly on Delta.
It was supposed to be just another satirical episode. Edgy, hilarious, classic South Park. But this time, Trey Parker and Matt Stone might have finally crossed the line. In an explosive twist nobody saw coming, pop superstar Katy Perry has officially filed a massive lawsuit against the legendary comedy duo, demanding their latest episode be immediately banned from all platforms.
People of Earth, since you did not return the space cache, your species and your planet is hereby forever blocked off and barred from the rest of the universe.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now.
Perry claims South Park's recent savage parody of her Blue Origin spaceflight has destroyed her reputation, publicly humiliated her, and caused unimaginable emotional distress. And now, this legal battle is escalating into a war over free speech, celebrity egos, and the limits of satire itself.
But y'all want people to take it easy. No! No! This bitch has worked hard for a fucking legacy. I'm done with this video. I don't care about this video anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to watch the rest. I don't care. I don't care.
But how did a simple cartoon episode push Katy Perry to her breaking point? Buckle up, because this scandal is about to go nuclear. Last week, South Park dropped its most brutal takedown yet. An episode that zeroed in on Katy Perry's Blue Origin flight with merciless precision. From the opening scene, Katy Ike is shown strapping into a homemade rocket atop a suburban garage, complete with cardboard flames and a spray-painted hashtag. The show doesn't pull punches. It paints her as a fame-hungry diva staging a faux space mission just to stay relevant. Clips of her emotional post-landing speech are mashed together into a garbled loop, making her appear unstable, while Jeff Bezos is caricatured face-palming in the background. By the halfway mark, even secondary characters mock the fake astronaut, turning what was meant to be inspiration into a global punchline. Within hours, memes exploded and social feeds were awash with ridicule, and this savage opening salvo set the stage for a legal battle no one saw coming.
Katy Perry and Blue Origin spaceflight that they took on April 14th still getting mocked to this day. We all know that. However, one major development now involves both South Park Studios and Paramount and what they are doing towards those like Katy Perry, Gayle King, and the entire spaceflight backlash topic. Already, of course, both South Park creators and Trey Parker and Matt Stone are tweaking one of their episodes for season 27, set to debut by this July, to throw in an entire storyline that will not only mock and poke fun at both Katy Perry and Blue Origin, but that the episode that's in the works right now that will feature Katy Perry going up to space will also work in conjunction with the parody version of P. Diddy in space.
And Katy Perry's world was turned upside down. Within hours of the episode airing, her legal team, reportedly led by one of Hollywood's top defamation specialists, was on the phone with Comedy Central, demanding the episode be pulled immediately. Sources say Perry was visibly shaken, pacing backstage at a concert when fans alerted her to the relentless wave of of online mockery. She retreated to her private trailer, tears streaming, as lawyers drafted a blistering cease and desist letter accusing Parker and Stone of malicious defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. In a rare public statement on Instagram stories, Perry's voice cracked as she declared, "I will not stand by and let my life be turned into a sick joke."
I love everything about it. I love the fact that they all decided to be part of Jeff Bezos's phallic fantasy to get in his shaped rocket. Their little spaceship is shaped exactly like a breast with a big nipple at the top and blast out into, like, quote, space, which really is just the same distance into the sky that we all go. I mean, honestly, they did not go up much further than everybody goes when they fly on Delta.
PR team flooded entertainment outlets with exclusive interviews, all echoing the same message. This goes far beyond satire. It's a personal attack meant to destroy her career. And with that, the gloves were officially off. South Park's creators wasted no time firing back. In a sharply worded statement released via Comedy Central's social channels, Trey Parker and Matt Stone dismissed Perry's lawsuit as a tantrum unworthy of our attention. They cheekily invited her legal team to bring it on, and even hinted at a special courtroom-themed mini-episode poking fun at the ordeal. Fans hungry for more soon spotted subtle Easter eggs in reruns, background characters holding free speech signs, a judge with Perry's signature ponytail, and a gag line about rocket lawsuits. Comedy Central's head of programming weighed in too, defending the show under the banner of creative freedom. Satire is our lifeblood. We'll fight for it in court or on screen. The network also quietly ramped up security around post-production files, ensuring no backdoor takedown could bury their edits. As this defiant stand went public, social media ignited again. Team South Park trended within minutes, and merch mocking the lawsuit began selling out. This was no longer just a lawsuit, it was a full-blown culture war.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Bro.
Stop the cap.
Stupid.
Let me tell you right now, Katie, you're officially an astronaut.
Oh, I guess I'm a freaking brain surgeon then. I couldn't believe. Wow, I can't believe she even said. How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
The public reaction was explosive and deeply divided. On one side, die-hard defensive free speech advocates flooded Twitter and Reddit with posts decrying Perry's lawsuit as an attack on satire itself. Memes like, "Can't handle the truth, sue the cartoon," and "South Park equals journalism" trended alongside viral clips of South Park's Rocket Courtroom Easter eggs. Meanwhile, leading legal commentators argued that allowing this suit to proceed unchecked could set a dangerous precedent, chilling comedic commentary for years to come. On the other side, a surprising wave of sympathy formed around Katy. Influencers and fans who normally scoff at celebrity lawsuits voiced genuine concern, sharing tearful clips of her Instagram plea. Hashtags like #TalkStandWithKaty and End Cyberbullying began to gain traction, with petitions demanding Comedy Central apologize and remove the episode. Pop culture pundits debated whether this was a legitimate fight against online harassment or simply a celebrity flaunting her power. Even major news outlets couldn't stay above the fray. Morning shows split their panels, one side championing artistic license, the other warning of the emotional toll relentless mockery can inflict. Opinion columns popped up overnight, with some labeling Perry the victim of 21st century public shaming, and others calling her the Grinch who sued Christmas. This crescendo of polarized sentiment turned the lawsuit into more than just a legal battle. It became a cultural referendum on the boundaries of humor and the rights of those in the spotlight. Almost overnight, Hollywood heavyweight peers jumped into the fray, picking sides in a battle that has become the entertainment event of the year. On Team South Park, comic icons like Ricky Gervais and Sarah Silverman tweeted support, praising Parker and Stone for holding up a mirror to celebrity excess. Late-night hosts seized on it too. Jimmy Fallon quipped during monologue, "If you can't handle being in a cartoon, maybe stick to singing karaoke," while Stephen Colbert riffed on the most meta lawsuit ever. Even A-list directors actors, think Taika Waititi, voiced worries that this lawsuit could turn every roast into a courtroom case. But the tides weren't entirely against Katy. Pop stars who faced cruel parodies before, such as Lady Gaga and Rihanna, sent her private messages of solidarity acknowledging how relentless mockery can cut deep. Cardi B posted an Instagram story urging fans to remember there's a human behind the headlines, and a handful of fashion icons, Zendaya among them, quietly unfollowed South Park's social channels in a symbolic protest. On TikTok, beauty influencers created heartfelt videos reminding followers that even celebrities have feelings, using throwback clips of themselves reacting to harsh online comments to underscore the emotional stakes. This celebrity standoff transformed the lawsuit from a niche legal skirmish into a full-blown industry clash. With big names publicly declaring their allegiances, the conversation spread far beyond comedy circles into music, film, fashion, and everywhere in between. And as the noise grew louder, one thing became clear. In this courtroom of public opinion, neither side can afford to ignore the power of star power. Behind the incendiary lawsuit lie bombshell leaks that have only fanned the flames. Late last night, an anonymous source within Katy's camp supplied tabloid sites with internal emails showing her legal team's aggressive demands. Not only must the South Park episode be pulled, the episode's master files must be scrubbed from every server and every clip erased from social platforms worldwide. No exceptions. The memo read. Even more shocking, behind-the-scenes production notes surfaced, revealing Katy's lawyers requested pre-approval rights on any future parody of her for a full year, an unprecedented attempt to police creative content. One leaked PowerPoint slide details a proposed digital strike force to scour the internet for unauthorized GIFs, memes, and reaction videos, ready to file individual takedown notices within 24 hours. Another email chain shows a frustrated Comedy Central executive pushing back. You can't outlaw satire, the executive wrote, or we might as well hand the keys to every comedian a cease and desist notice. These internal communications offer a rare glimpse into the war room strategies on both sides, and they're fueling the public spectacle. As each new leak drops, the stakes rise higher. For Katy Perry, these documents are proof she left no stone unturned. For South Park, they're evidence of a celebrity wielding legal power to silence humor. And for the rest of us, they raise a chilling question. When satire becomes a liability, who still has the right to laugh? When the lawsuit finally landed in a packed Los Angeles courtroom, cameras and smartphones swarmed the steps like paparazzi vultures. Inside, Katy Perry sat at the plaintiff's table, her trademark confidence replaced by visible anxiety, jaw clenched, eyes rimmed red. As her lead attorney walked through a montage of the South Park episode's most humiliating moments, Perry's composure crumbled. Midway through testimony, she rose, voice trembling, and delivered a raw, unfiltered statement. They turned my pain into punchlines, my tears into trailer fodder. I'm not a cartoon character. I'm a person with feelings, with fears. Gasps echoed down the rows as Perry broke into tears, shoulders shaking. The judge paused proceedings to allow her a moment to collect herself. Clips of that moment, her mascara-streaked face, the courtroom's stunned silence immediately went viral, reigniting debates over whether this was genuine heartbreak or a calculated PR move. As proceedings resumed, opposing counsel launched objections over emotional pleas, arguing they had no place in a defamation case. But for many watching, Katy's tears underscored the human cost of unchecked satire. And what happened next would change the stakes even further. As the courtroom drama played out, Hollywood insiders watched nervously. Major studios and streaming platforms quietly reviewed their own content policies, worried that Perry's lawsuit could trigger a flood of similar legal challenges. In the midst of this industry-wide pause, South Park dropped an unannounced response episode titled Lawsuit of the Century, just 2 days after Perry's tearful testimony. The episode opens with animated lawyers sprinting through a hall of Emmy trophies, frantically filing suit after suit against anyone who dares to poke fun at a celebrity. In classic South Park fashion, Trey and Matt lampoon the entire legal system. Judges are shown selling gag orders like hotcakes, while caricatures of network executives nervously approve every joke in real time. Meanwhile, comedy clubs across the country reported a sudden surge in cancellation jokes being cut from stand-up routines. Comics remarking, "I'd love to tell you a joke about a lawsuit, but I don't want to end up in Katy Perry's inbox." Trade publications ran op-eds decrying the chilling effect on satire Satire, while free speech advocates rallied around the show. The counterattack not only amplified South Park's viewership, setting streaming records for the network, it also forced the entertainment industry to reckon with whether a joke could ever truly be off limits. This explosive legal showdown isn't just a battle between a pop icon and an animated sitcom. It could reshape the very landscape of comedy. If Katy Perry's lawsuit succeeds in banning a satirical episode, every late-night writer, cartoonist, and stand-up comedian will be watching anxiously. Will cable networks start running jokes by legal review panels? Could punchlines about politicians, athletes, or other celebrities be scrubbed to avoid costly defamation claims? Free speech advocates warn that allowing this case to set a precedent would grant celebrities a get-out-of-jail-free card to silence critics. They argue that satire has thrived precisely because it operates at the fringes, holding power to account through exaggeration and ridicule. Without that license, comedy risks becoming bland and risk-averse, selling out its edge in favor of watered-down jokes, pre-approved by corporate lawyers. On the other hand, supporters of Perry's stance insist there must be limits. They point to real emotional harm caused by vicious mockery, online harassment campaigns, mental health tolls, and the erosion of personal privacy. They argue that satire should punch up against injustice, not smash down on individuals. If the court finds that Parker and Stone crossed a line, it could usher in a more responsible era of humor, one that balances creativity with empathy. As this case unfolds, the entertainment industry stands at a crossroads. Will it double down on fearless satire, or will it retreat behind safety nets of legal safeguards? Either way, the outcome will send ripples through every writer's room, every podcast mic, and every animated studio. Because when the future of humor hangs in the balance, the question becomes, who still has the right to laugh? As the gavel hovers over the final ruling, one thing is clear. Katy Perry's decision to sue South Park wasn't just about a cartoon. It was a high-stakes gamble on her own legacy. Will the court side with her bid to ban the episode and vindicate her claim of emotional harm? Or will it uphold satire's sacred shield, leaving Perry to weather the fallout of a case that tried to silence laughter? Either outcome carries seismic consequences. A victory for Perry could embolden celebrities everywhere to weaponize defamation suits, chilling the very humor that keeps culture honest. A win for South Park would reaffirm the indomitable power of satire, but risk leaving individual well-being by the wayside. For Katy Perry, the verdict will decide whether she emerges as a champion of personal respect or a cautionary tale of fame's fragility. And for the entertainment world, this showdown marks a defining moment in the age-old dance between free speech and accountability. So what do you think? Is Katy Perry's lawsuit a necessary stand against cyberbullying, or a perilous overreach that threatens comedy itself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation is far from over.